Hey everyone, it's chaotic. It is. It is truly chaotic. I wanted to have another conversation like I did with my plants and therapy video, and I've tried to do this video a couple of times and it kind of just turned into me rambling, but I think I've had some time to actually sit with my thoughts and I just wanted to share them. I just wanted to talk about the multiple genocides that are happening right now, and I'm thinking about titling this video Mental Health in the Face of Genocide, or how to talk about, like, how do you talk about mental health in the face of genocide? Like, how do you even, what do you even do? It, a lot of people will say that they're not using social media for the sake of their mental health, and I understand that, but, at the same time, you need to know what's going on. You need to have conversations with people. You need to share because it does make a difference. Many videos that were shared on social media only got visibility because they were shared and people were interacting with it. The International Justice Court that South Africa, international justice case that South Africa had against Israel, they used videos from social media as evidence. I don't think that it's futile interacting with that content. At the very least, it means that these people are being heard at least by someone. With everything going on, I know it can be really hard to have hope and to want to keep going. And it's really easy to say, well, the world is so fucked up, why don't I just give up? I've thought like that a couple of times, but the reason why I keep going is for what I just said. If I'm gone, that's one less person who gives a shit. And I'm not gonna stop giving a shit. Even when Palestine is free, even when there's no more slavery in Congo, I am not gonna stop. I want this world to be a better place, if not for me, then for my friends and my family, and if not for them, then just for the sake of humanity. I just want the world to be better. And I truly believe that if every single person did one small thing to change, then it would lead to one big change. I've been spending a lot of time on Instagram, mainly. You don't feel obligated to follow me on Instagram, but that's where I interact with and share to my story and repost a lot of content that comes out of Palestine. It is rough, the stuff you see every day. I cry regularly, and I don't feel bad for crying because it's awful, but there is the sense of guilt that you feel because you're witnessing it, and you feel bad that you feel bad because how do you have a right to feel bad when they're the ones who are actually going through it? But it's okay. It's okay to have feelings, and it's okay to feel like you can't do anything and you want to do something so bad, and what you're doing is like the bare minimum, but you're going to do it anyway because at least it's something. It's frustrating, which is such a little word for such a big emotion. I feel angry, I feel outraged, I feel grief, and I'm processing all these feelings, and it's it's okay to not be okay. We're probably not going to be okay for a while. I've been regulating my mental health and I have been okay. Don't worry about me. I have been okay. I've been managing myself, I've been taking care of myself. But how do you even talk about that? What's the point of talking about mental health when there's a genocide? Like I I meditate and I do breathing exercises and I do yoga and I do this and I do that, and it's great for me, but that's not going to fix the fact that there's so many unjust things happening in the world. I think that community outreach and community health also is mental health. The more I got involved in my community, the more my mental health started regulating itself more. So if you're feeling bad, and I know that there are circumstances, I know that there are things in everyone's lives, not everyone is able-bodied and able to go, but if you are truly feeling bad about this, I encourage you to find a protest or even just volunteer, maybe print out some pamphlets and go around to local businesses saying, hey, would you put this in your shop? Would you put this in your window? Do you have a community board I can put this in? Build community when you can. I also feel guilty because I haven't been going to protests, and the reason for that is mainly because the protests that are going on close to me are 2 hours away from me at another city, and I don't have reliable transportation to do that. And that makes me feel really shitty. I have to keep telling myself it is okay. Don't beat yourself up or think that you're a terrible person. Just do the very best that you can. Don't stop. Don't give up. Keep learning. Keep reposting, keep interacting. Try to go to community events when you can, and don't stop even after Palestine is free, even after the Congo is free, even after Sudan is free, even after that. Don't stop. Keep building, keep working to build something better. Struggled for a while because I honestly thought about the ethics of making content during genocide. Because I do have a free Palestine video, but my content doesn't center around that. And I was like, should I even make content anymore? And what made me change my mind is honestly a hell of a boss. I know that my content has kind of shifted to hell of a boss centered, and I'm still going to be making other videos. It's not just going to be like a fan channel, but I tend to cling on to media when there's global events that affect everyone's mental health. Like during the pandemic, I watched BoJack Horseman a lot, and that was kind of like my comfort during that. And Hell of a Boss has kind of become my comfort during this. And you feel guilty for giving yourself some joy because you're like, well, these people, they never get a break. They're constantly confronted with the reality, like the reality that has been made for them unjustly, and you feel guilty about it. But recently I saw some videos of children playing. They were it was a little, it was sad, but it also made me happy because they were playing house, but they weren't playing house, they were playing tents because they don't have houses anymore. So they were playing tents and had families, and they were talking about it, and it was very sweet. And then I've also seen videos of children who are flying kites, and I saw a video recently of I think it's called the Gaza Free Circus, and it's a couple of performers and clowns who did like this little circus for the children, and they were happy, and they had what little break they could have. And we need to be aware and we need to know what's going on and we need to constantly educate ourselves and we need to be on top of it. But we also need time for breaks so that we can continue doing the work that we're doing, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then we can't take care of our communities and we can't take care of others. We do need a little bit of joy. And that's what I want my channel to be, is a place where people can have just a time where they can relax or find some joy. That doesn't mean that we're going to stop talking about Gaza or that we're not going to speak out on injustice. We'll talk about it, but there also needs to be some time for joy as well. And yeah, I'm still going to be making content. It might not be as frequent. It might be a little bit erratic. There might be more videos like this where I just sit down and talk, because this, not gonna lie, like the genocides going on never leave my mind. I'm constantly thinking about it. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, because we should be thinking about this. But it, when you put all of your energy into something, it can be really hard to be creative. It can be really hard to be creative when there's a fucking genocide going on. And I know I keep saying that, but I've seen so many people who are like about it like it's nothing, and I'm like, no, people are fucking dying for no reason. I hope you guys are doing okay. Whatever version of okay is good enough for you right now. Stay safe. And remember, free Palestine.